I'm streaming. That's the theory, at least. So if I just connect my other screen and make sure everything is working hunky-dory, because it'd be silly to allow for Twitch to allow me to test this before I'd started. Also, it'd be silly for Twitch to not force me to watch adverts on my own channel. So apparently I'm watching that for, I don't know, it's got some aliens in it, and some bloke who's in some films, but he's got quite fat since that. Guy riding a motorbike, guy pulling a smirking guy with a bag on his head. Call of Duty Ghosts. What? There's like alien shit in that, like big fucking aliens ripping.
Those are the ghosts, yeah.
Are they ghosts? Are they?
Yeah. Maybe I assume ghosts refer to like special forces soldiers, but maybe it's like Call
aliens.
of Duty Casper.
Okay, here we go. Come on, loading video. Come on, you can do it. Come on, Twitch. I believe in you. Come on, it's like 10 o'clock in the morning. How could it? I surely should get half of Twitch all to myself at this point. I'm going to refresh the page. Come on, Twitch, you can do it. If it shows me another advert, I should be very, very put out.
You get that on like...
Wait, I have a live picture.
Your live picture?
Still loading video!
Have you tweeted about it yet?
I think it automatically tweets. It should automatically tweet.
Oh, cool.
It says viewers 0. Oh, there we go. Ah, it's working. Excellent. Now, can I hear myself? Hello, myself. Hello. Ah, I can hear myself. Wonderful. Well, not wonderful, awful. Right, so I have been asked nicely by my publisher to update my video. So I did quite a long stream. Now, this is the first time I have played through the build with crafting. This build's got full crafting in it. However, oh my god, there has been so much work and I've not tested it yet. So the plan is, hey, it stopped streaming. Dear God. Anyway, so the plan is now to play through survival mode, essentially for the first time. It's going to be a fresh world, and a lot of it is about there's been some really sweeping balance changes that I've not changed. So whilst coding, I will also be making notes. Who is watching me on this Friday morning? Is it Friday? Thursday? I don't know. Oh no, my poor dropship is exploding. I need to look at it. I should probably get rid of that text anyway. Investigate the wreck of the SS Vauxhall. So what happens? The dropship drops, but it just happens, thankfully, to drop me off a base of 3 tier 2 items, and it includes the first of the crafting systems. So you can see there, I can see how much I need, but I need bars, and that one I need to. So let's just make sure that it does work. Smelter can find no mass. Excellent, because I don't have any materials. So I read a so this is the amusing thing about how it always develops. I read a so the first you should do an ore ping to find ore near your base, and I'm like, that's a really good idea. I know you think that I should know everything about this game, but a lot of it is about the emergent systems. Also, I have no picture, so this is loading video, so I'm assuming you guys can see, because I can which is right, picture the laptops off. Oh, hello James, you recognise. So I do need tin, so I'll start getting tin now. Now I do have some issues that I know. So the first one is that if you put some of a bar's worth of materials into a smelter, that smelter is then locked into that one. That's I think the game won't let me start unless I first. Okay, I shall fix the game volume. How about that? Is that better? Testing 1 2 1 2. I actually have no game volume at all locally, which is interesting because I forgot to put it onto the headphones. Now I can hear myself. I can hear the game. That helps a bit. Okay, is that better? So I'm just going to try and talk over the sound of these things. Okay, I have dropped the volume of the game sound again. So is that better? Can you hear me now, or am I still being drowned out by the game? So this is the second lowing. La 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 la. So what have I got? So I don't have any of those things. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to try and remember. So the first thing I really want to get, ideally... Oh, is that in line? Oh, that'd be too much to ask for. So ideally, I wanted a laser energy transmitter to go there. But laser energy transmitters, I will check, because I can do that now. Laser energy transmitters require lithium and iron, and I'm currently getting tin. So let's... I could probably do with finding some wood, some leaves, and some really terrible level generation. I'd just like to point out, worlds are procedure generated. I read a video review that said this game is pretty good. It comes with 5 demo worlds right now, as opposed to any procedural ones, which confused me because it comes with 8 infinitely big, infinitely generated worlds. So, good job on researching it there. I had a word with them. They there we go. So that's better. Footsteps I've turned down even more. How's that? You should be able to hear my dulcet tones over the game. I don't know why. Oh, it's because I just downloaded a new version of XSplit this morning, and I bet you that's what's happened. So, can you hear me now? Am I suitably the right volume? The footsteps are annoying. Oh, I know this. The footsteps are definitely on my list of things that need fixing. So I've added a lot of information at the bottom left, so you can now see, apart from the graphical representation, if you point your cursor at an object, you can see that it's currently filling up with power, so that's good. This very carefully. You can hear the battery charging up. Probably very carefully now. You can probably barely hear it. Right, so 3 tin ore. So I need still. I'm going to die of hypothermia. Don't want to do that. I do like the sound of the batteries. You hear it going. It's still too loud. I've turned it down again. Oh, bollocks! Just accidentally deleted the crafting station. So let's see if I can put it back down. So this is probably the first test of manufacturing plant. Yes, excellent. But I cannot put any more down. No, brilliant. Whew, glad that worked. I've got this new RSI mouse, and I keep clicking on things like I'm like an idiot. So let's hollow out around this seam, so I can. There's a camo bot around somewhere. I can hear it. I've definitely overdone the camo bots a little bit. The camo bots, you'll never see them. They're far too good at hiding. See if I can work out where the camo bot is. I'm quite good at it. It's not an RSI mouse. It's an angled mouse. They're called. They say it may help. It's because your wrist isn't twisted, but it's kind of. I can't even describe it. It's a very, very odd shape, and it means that I'm very, very... I'm having a very hard time clicking on things. which I know is not a good design for a mouse, but it's more to do with the fact that I had to kind of retrain myself. My fingers basically push sideways, not down. I can recommend it. It's been quite enjoyable. Well, quite enjoyable. It's quite good. My wrist feels better. My fingers aren't feeling much better though, so it's not perfect. I do like being able to just keep the button pressed. One other review I read of the about this was saying that the survival mode is too easy because the build tools are too powerful, which confused me, and I questioned if they had played it. Dom, Valve don't like me talking about how much I've made. That's one of Valve's things. So I've made some money, less than an awful lot of money, and not as much money as I would hope to make. But I hope to make like $100 bazillion. So you know, I'm quite happy with how it's going. But I could be happier. Which I realise is a really evading answer, but that's kind of the truth right now. Yeah, basically I hold the mouse like I have a claw hand. So I should probably I'm gonna make some notes now, so you probably can't see the notepad file. So, or extractor to show remaining power. That would be nice. Can I actually see both? Oh, God. If I make a little hobby ahoy, I can probably fully charge the battery. Fully charged from that. That was like 50%. Hey, charged. Brilliant. Okay, so that now runs for several minutes when it's fully charged. No, I do indie games full time now. I retired, quote unquote, from AAA development about 3 years ago, 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, something like that. In order to develop FortressCraft. So, and that was thanks to the money that FortressCraft Chapter 1 made on the Xbox was how I was able to do that. So if you bought the Xbox version, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Also, Dom, it's like Friday. Is it Friday? Friday morning? And I'm sitting here doing this. That should be your clue about whether or not I have a real job or not. No, basically, it's not necessarily you. I don't know if you've bought the game. I have no idea. I assume you have, but it's people like you who've actually bought the game that mean that I can do this. So thank you so much. Ah, thank you. I hoped you liked it. The PC version is coming along. It's certainly improving. Well, that happens. I really enjoy it. I really. I found that I did a while ago, and I ended up playing till 3 in the morning going, this game's so good. If it wasn't my game, I would be on the forum going, when's the next patch? When are you going to add more stuff in? Is it night? No, it's daytime, I think, because the because I found coal, which is good. I have got plenty of resources to pop into my. So every time I go past, I'm just grabbing a coal. So I've got 2 coal in stock, which is all I need, because I don't have an extractor on the coal yet. So I can continue to keep my central power hub fed. Come on, iron. I want some iron. Is that iron? I can't tell. It's too dark in here. Copper. Well, better than a kick in the nadgers, but not what I want. Most things are better than a kick in the nadgers. Oh wait, I should do the broadcast, announce, Twitch, yeah, Twitter. Oh god, it's all broken. I'm gonna have to do it by hand. Thanks, guys. I am. Yes, it's not. I need to be very careful what I said. I want to do a console version, but currently I do not have any direct plans to do so. So I've joined the XB at 1 dev scheme. I have a meeting with Sony devs at a meetup February at some point. So yes, I'm taking the steps I need to take to put it there. But at the minute, PC version is my focus until it's done, or at least until it's. Where is that camo bot? I can hear it. It might be above me. So yeah, I'm ready to get some iron because my. Let's try that cluster there. Honestly, the concept after now I've got the ore ping. The concept of going back to Minecraft style shit where you just dig randomly, pray you find something. Oh no, never again. Coal, god damn it. So I'm still not doing. I still vaguely fill this battery up. I should probably actually spend some time. See, I'm not playing it right, or rather, I don't know if I'm playing it right. So at this point, I should probably make sure I actually have a nice big backlog of power here because I'm going to want to start taking more power out of this quite soon. But in the early stages, everything has to be done manually. You cannot automate anything. It's all muggins here having to do stuff. Oh, now that looks good. Let's go. Oh, I fell in my hole. But yeah, a console version is... Planned isn't the right word. I want to do a console version. Because it's in Unity, not XNA, I have the ability to do a console version. That's probably the best way of phrasing it. So we would have done, you know, PC version before an XNA, but say XNA, Microsoft drops support for XNA, and at that, more coal, God, oh Lord. So at that point, there's very little I can do. It's just Microsoft decided that XNA was no longer a thing they wanted to support, which is fine, but it meant that all the work I did on the Xbox version of FortressCraft kind of went out the window. If I press M for ore ping, you can see it does a little ping, then it shows me where the ore... Oh, that looks good. Oh, what's that? And then it hovers in the air for a few seconds. But it uses up loads of power, so it's not a free thing. I said to put some sound effects into those power transfers. I will make a note. Effects for power transfer. Looks like it could be. So they do actually all have unique shapes, all of the ores. So you get sort of feel for coal tends to come in little tiny clumps. Iron tends to be diagonally straight type clumps. Okay, I've got to go 2 more, I think. Maybe 3. And it's down this way. You also have an air ping as well, so when I go a bit deeper and you press Shift M, you do an air ping. Hey, I've just realized we've got an original feature. Good grief. Well, I guess it's just sonar, but you know, it's fairly original. Yeah, I mean, for a game of this genre, it's probably the best. But yeah, I added the ore pinging because I was playing it and I was getting really tired. Not being able to find any iron, I think it's iron. And I put the ore ping in and I flipped it, and then I had this huge tunnel, and there was a massive ore deposit 1 square to the right of the tunnel, and I was like, right, that is definitely becoming a feature. There's no way I ever want to... What have we got? What have we got? Tin, I think? Tin. Don't worry, I'll come back to all of these ore seams, but right now, I really need iron. The plan is to allow you to ping to upgrade your soup ping to allow you to, is that coal? More coal. To ping for different types of ore. Yes, that's correct about the caves, the ore ping. Oh bugger, I'm out of power. Quick, put some coal in. I'm gonna have to set hanger for a minute because it's cold. It's night time, so it's really cold. Bugger. I've accidentally put my tin bars into that. Okay. I think my code is screwed up. My furnace is heating up. It's heated up. It's got a... Can I put more in? I now should have a tin bar. I can't... this doesn't seem to be working very well. So if I look at something that needs tin... what needs tin? Nothing. Nothing needs tin. That might be a bug in itself. Wait, none of these things... Right. Why have I even put tin in the game? Okay, so it's got 4 all ready for smelting. 5. I might actually have to just fix some bugs before I push the slide. The idea is kind of to make some notes, but it's an electric heater. So unlike Minecraft where you use coal, because you would never ever use coal to run a heater, like to run a furnace. That would be mental. You use electricity. So these are electric heaters. So as you can see, this electric heater is currently running at just over 1,000 degrees, because that's what you need to melt tin at. And right, I'm never going to mine any more tin ever again. I might have to restart the game because I think if I wait for it to finish on mat trigger. It's got 9 ore, you see, so I need to put 10. It requires 16 ore to smelt a bar. I think there's a bug. I really do. What's happening? Let's see if I can work it out. So it's heating. It's got 12 ore ready for smelting, but I don't think it's reduced it. I think the smelters might not actually be reducing their input hopper. It's waiting on mat trigger. I've just pulled a bar out, but it's got 13 ore. Now it's smelting. Yeah, okay. Smelter's not reducing input hopper correctly. Smelter's triggering when less 16 mats available. Add option to clear smelter and retrieve mats. But yeah, basically if you don't have, you need to run, I mean I'm running out of coal, but running out of coal indirectly. So it runs off electricity or solar energy if the sun was up, but it's not very. On the bright side, I'm making a lot of tin bars in a moment. Just so, if I get rid of the rest of my copper, current smelters aren't serialized, you see. Okay, I'm going to restart this now because I think I've broken it. So I've made. So I'm just going to put there be a brief gap where you see nothing, and I will rerun. And I think I was playing on my first Fortress. I should probably actually remember what world I play on. I do that quite a lot. My first Fortress. Okay. Mental note: do not put tin into a I've got to find iron. I'm on an iron quest. So there's coal. Yeah. That's no good. So this is because iron is your first. Iron is what makes more ore extractors. So I need more ore extractors. It's that simple. Copper is kind of useful as well, and lithium. So like electric-based machines, we use copper and lithium. Iron tends to be for structures, like stronger structures. So apart from the first extractor, which say uses 50 iron bars, which is ridiculous because, quite frankly, you can't just build out pure iron. But I need to make the early machines have very simple materials. Large clumps of ore. And a real pain in the ass drop. How much coal have I got left? None. Smaller caves? You haven't even seen the caves in this game yet. So the first tier of caverns, we have one goal, and I know it's a childish goal, but I don't care. The goal of the first tier of caverns is to have caves taller than an entire Minecraft world. So that's... See this block here? That's not a block. That's a camo bot. Let's see if I can make it do something on camera. Bet you I can't. Following me, I can hear it. Where to find it? Oh, that's a big club. Please be iron. More tin, isn't it? Now, the reason this is firing power upwards is partly for story and gameplay reasons later on, but mostly so you don't lose your base, which I've done a lot. And we had some collective one going, I think I found a bug, it's wiped my world, and we had luck. I'm like, no, you've actually just lost your base. It's not the same as it wiping it. More coal. I'm afraid if I go down here I am going to get lost, but you know, you only live once. Actually, you live an unlimited number of times because we've infinite respawns, so that's fine. Okay, 5 coal ore. Okay, now there's another bug. Now that's a bad one. So I've added the crafting in, and part of what the crafting does is it forbids you from building stuff where you want to, obviously. Now I have enough coal to build a torch. Oh. Okay. I'm not sure what happened there, but it is working. So I'll make a note. Also craft occasionally unreliable. I think it's greater than equals rather than greater than bugs. It's just an out by 1. Anyway, so I'm just hanging here by the by this and warming up a little bit because my suit's a tad cold. And oh, look at that, glorious! A tree underground. Now I'm in trouble because I'm running out of power now. But I have found more tin. For God's sake, I think I'm going to die. I'm afraid. I don't think I can make it back out of there in time, but I will try. The suit is just run out of power. Ah, there's the camera bot. It's not that subtle there. You'll respot. When you quit the game and restart, you come back in where you quit. But your base is preset to be near you now, so you don't get to use bases. Your first base is where the dropship crashed. So if I was to quit and it's fine. If the game crashes for whatever reason, then you should be able to find it quite easily as well, because it's got that massive thing above it. Okay, let's carry on. Let's go down here. Come on. I'm feeling lucky. Doesn't take me long with playing it, I start thinking, let's probably put dynamite into the game. Wrong button. More coal. Now I worked out what it was. I actually picked, so I was trying to place coal ore. That's what it was. So the auto crafting works fine. Good. Probably the last thing I wrote yesterday before I went. That's everything I need for the patch. My diggy gun doesn't run out of power because then the player would die. Next question. Because the diggy gun runs off kinetic energy, whereas heat requires thermal energy. Yeah, that's why. Also physics. I feel like I have so much power right now, and I really don't. Like, I have a whole 900 energy stored, which doesn't go very far at all once you actually start getting some machines running. And I would like to start getting some machines running now. This is very unlucky. I found tin, but tin isn't early game useful compared to coal. Making myself a handy staircase upwards so I don't die again. I kind of feel that maybe I should pop down my ore extractor there. Fill it up with power, head back up and recharge my suit. Before I die of hypothermia. Right, so there were some other ores. I'll just make me a tunnel and find me some more ores. I suspect I'm going to have to like do a second stream for this to actually get, because the idea is that say the publisher would like good quality, quote unquote, survival footage for them to start editing into videos. I do not have enough coal. How much coal have I got? 3 coal. I need 5 coal. 5 coal. So the idea is that this is going to be some footage of the whole game. It is. And I said I'm also checking balance, which is fine. So right now, I have a goal. I'm failing at succeeding in my goal, which is quite simply find iron. Now, if I stand here, I won't use up any power because my I'm nice and warm, so that's good. the game. Need to get fixed. There's floaty blocks as well. There's a fine line, you see, between making the blocks floaty and making them just use up loads of CPU time. I'm on the wrong side, I think, right now. Rob, you mentioned my diggy gun not run out of power. I can make the diggy gun use power, and then it digs much quicker. So the answer is that it can only dig slowly without using power. But mostly for reasons of gameplay. On this time. Still not implemented falling damage, by the way, but I probably should. And I also need to... Now I've got the crafting working, my next major feature will be the suit upgrades, because I'm dying to get those in. Tin, copper. Now that's going to be an interesting challenge. Right now, the idea was that if you hit smelt, it just smelts whatever you've got. But right now, I think it will try and smelt the wrong thing. So I suspect the patch isn't going to go live today. Because if I do put the patch live, what will happen is that you won't be able to progress. Everything needs to work. But so the smelter's working, I thought. I did spend quite a lot of time on it. Honest. What's that? Come on. Copper, for fuck's sake. That's good. Yes, great. I've got copper. It's in a convenient place. It's right near my base. I don't need any copper right now. I just need tons of coal. Iron. So, are you guys all like at work, or are you students or foreigners in a place that's not time? Because I was kind of expecting like no one to be watching at this time of day, to be honest. Oh, I should tweet again. The size of mineral deposits goes up, but the probability remains the same. So there's no particular reason for me to go down. I'm now 40 meters underground. Okay, so that was coal. That one was... Okay, let's try this one. Wow, Rob, you moved your desk to face the window just to watch me? Ah. That said, I've watched quite a lot of Twitch streams, and I very rarely watch them. Like, I tend to just listen to what the guy's saying, and he's like, oh, what was that? Oh, asking stupid questions, so, I was heading towards a war pen. I'll get to the stop. Slightly, yes, but Okay, so what's the word? It's not. So, if you are in a climate where during the day it is 20 degrees C and at night it is 0 degrees C, the average of those is 5 degrees. If you dig more than about 10 meters underground, it will be approximately the neutral temperature. So what happens is as you go downwards, it tends towards the neutral temperature, which in this case is a hostile environment of about negative 28 degrees. So what happens though is that as you go downwards, the external temperature raises by 2 degrees for every 100 meters, which is again correct. So if you go underground, it's cold. Caves are cold. Caves aren't warm because they're underground. And there's nothing warming them up. But as you go slowly downwards, the latent heat of the molten core starts to heat the rock up. So if you go about 2 kilometers down in FortressCraft right now, it becomes unsurvivable for the very, very simple and slightly humorous reason that you're too close to the surface of the center of the planet. So yeah, I've programmed it correctly. It's a fairly accurate simulation of the thermodynamics of metamorphic rock. Actually, it might have been metamorphic rock. I don't even know what metamorphic rock means. It could be igneous rock or anything, but mostly rock. I can also tell you more about how to generate copper from copper ore than any sane person could ever do so, and also the differences between copper, titanium, iron, and other such materials extraction. Building an igloo can conserve heat, but that assumes the suit is leaking heat, or at least it's leaking any sensible amount of heat, which obviously would be a bad design. However, I don't have an enclosed space thermal simulator. I've got one in 2D, but in 3D it's just quite simply too much to do. Much as I might like to, and I would like to, because I'm a massive nerd. Time to charge my suit. Think of the suit that I'm wearing, by the way, as a sort of a portable igloo. There, maybe that should be in the patch notes. Added portable igloo. At least I have plenty of coal. So the first suit upgrade is a more efficient heater, which means that you can wander around for a lot longer without having to worry about power. That will be nice. I look forward to that one. Right, I'm getting a bit tired of going back to base. What's that? You're a massive star. Well, I don't like to think of myself as a star, but you know, I'm not going to argue with that particular summation of me. Hello, kitten. Goodbye, kitten. Actually, aren't I getting now just going? Kind of went right. My suit is losing some heat, yes. I assume, I don't know why, so I assume you're aware, Rob, that when you're in an igloo, you have to be naked for it to work. If you're insulated, then it doesn't really work. And I'm not Rust. I'm not going to implement it so you have to get into an igloo and then take all your clothes off. I'm sure there was a seam near here, but it's only a little one, so the ping might not pick it up. Yeah, the igloo will only insulate a large amount. It still loses heat through the fact that the edges of it are cold, but yes. But I cannot do simulation of heat in the 3D space. Ask me again in 10 years, but on this spec computer, no way. Oh, the shadows look cool. Excuse me. It's like I got to the microphone mute button in time for the second sneeze. one that you can do is right now you cannot die of hyperthermia, only hypothermia. So if you get really cold, just stand next to a fire and heat your suit up, and that will carry you for a couple of minutes. Handy hints. Oh man, we so need slopes in this game. I still sit here and run this. I'm going to put some more coal in, and then I'm going to have a drink. Yes, I like the background music. It's the FortressCraft background music. It's written by a very nice guy called Iron Crows. It's available on iTunes, which is good. Google Music Store, which is good. And it's also available on Zune. Okay, just waiting for this to finish. Because I'm kind of slowly running out of power here. It's no good to anyone. Right, so now we're generating power nicely. Jolly good. Okay, down the rabbit hole we go. Rabbit's hole. I don't know why I always generate a 3x2 corridor. You only need a 2x1. As it is, my suit power is so limited, I can't even consider running the headlights. It's got headlights and stuff, but it just used up so much power. Ugh, what's that? What's that? Coal! Okay, now I'm beginning to slightly wonder, you see, if there's a bug and it's not generating any iron ore at all. But I shall persevere. Let's just go this way for a bit so we get. So is anyone going to see RoboCop then? Is anyone excited about that? What's that? What's that? More tin, for heaven's sake. Whoa, that's a big thing of tin. I like the noise it made as updating game code requires a restart. I'm not in the editor anyway, so it would definitely require a restart. Perlin generation takes a long time. That's not something you tweak. That's a very complicated thing to do, and it takes a long time to check your changes. So I have heard good things about the RoboCop film, though, so that's good. And apparently it's got the original music, and that makes me happy. In fact, having the original music means it will be a good film, in my opinion. I really like Superman Returns. Most of it because it had that wonderful original John Williams score. Okay, that's that extractor topped off. I'm beginning to wish, though, that I did cheat, but the idea is of this play is that I'm balancing it. It's not just about does it work functionally, it's about is it the right balance. I'm beginning to think that no, I should probably find some sort of some sort of, what's the word? Or specific ping, but the idea is that that's a nice reward for later on. The problem is that I've played this a lot, so from my current personal feeling, I should be at endgame from given the amount of hours I've plugged in, but I'm still here right at the beginning of the game. I don't think RoboCop's going to be as good as the original, but the original was really awesome. Okay, let's head this way, see what we get. Yeah, the idea is... Oh, so you can actually spend ore to ping. That's, that kind of works at tier 1, tier 2, but, like... There is every chance, by the way, that I could be playing the game and going, wow, I have so much iron, I really need some copper. It's just that this game, I seem to be on a sort of a copper loss. What's that? What's that? More copper, for heaven's sake. So we do have a tiering system, we do have a whole set of tiers, so you know, you've got the tier 1 metals, tier 2 metals, etc. We don't have any concept of rarity within the tiers particularly. So I found everything, haven't I? Lithium? No, I haven't found any lithium either. Yeah, I guess that's not a bad idea. Once I've got, if I accumulate like 100 copper, it's kind of fair to say at this point, if I really want to go looking for iron, I'm probably quite hacked off. Which I am a little bit hacked off, but that's just it's the RNG for you. I like, you can ping it and then point the cursor at it, and then it will find it. Guaranteed. Yes, I absolutely prefer developing an XNA over anything else I've developed in my entire life, including Code Warrior, Visual Studio, Assembly, Turbo Pascal, XNA, C, everything. Unity is amazing and wonderful, and I love the bits, and I cannot possibly express how amazing it is to work in it compared to previous languages. Yes, I do. So that's just slightly tedious. At least I know I'm definitely working towards an ore. If this was, so let's say, Minecraft, I would be going blindly forever, going, I wish I could find some redstone or whatever the fuck they've got in their game. Ah, should have done an air ping, shouldn't I? There we go. No, okay. So, next time I come in, I'm going to start doing some air pings and try and find some cave networks. I hope this isn't iron ore, because if it is, it's going to be a real pain in the ass to get to and from it and supply this extractor with power. It's cold, of course it's cold. Okay, now the question is, can I get out before I die? If you ever do miss the streams, by the way, then they're all stored. They're all like, what's the word? Archived up. And I will hit the upload to YouTube button when I'm done. So you can see that bit where I did that ping for that insane iron ore, sorry, tin vein, which was awesome. I don't really care. I don't need coal. You're gonna come with me because I'm feeling lucky. We're gonna find iron now. We're gonna find iron. It's going to happen. We'll go down here and then we'll turn left because that's where iron is kept. So we do have a 3x3 boring area, but that is a tier 2 item. Currently I can build quickly, I can show you. But that uses up a lot of power. But as you can see, it does let me build very quickly. That's a bit messy. I don't have enough power for a ping. God damn it. So I'm going to mark this off because I'm not going to find it again if I don't. Sorry, I was just rearranging Skype so I can actually see people messaging me on Skype as well. So yeah, probably Monday. So after this patch goes live, which may or may not be today, depending on whether I can quickly fix the issues I found with the smelters or not. The next thing will definitely be the suit upgrades, because the idea is that you upgrade your suit the first time and make the normal everyday cold not a problem. So at this point you can go longer, you can go deeper, and that becomes a lot more fun when it's longer and deeper. It also helps when you put lights down to show you where to go. Really need slopes. Oh, if only I had slopes. I would be so happy if I had slopes. Slopes. Hey, Martine. I did fix these footsteps. They're awful. I mean, it's the FortressCraft 1 footsteps, and I got used to those, but I just don't like them at all. It just sounds like a guy shuffling his feet through slightly gravelly rock. Yeah, okay, if only I could walk up inclines. Thank you. Good plan. Slopes would help. I would have put slopes there all the way. More coal, for heaven's sake. I like coal, don't get me wrong, but... Well, I don't like coal, I'm not like a coal fetishist or something. Malcolm, it'd be looking a lot better if I had any iron. I've been playing now for 89,000 games, however long the hell that is, and I have found no iron ore, not a single iron ore vein, and I'm beginning to vaguely wonder if I broke the iron ore generation code accidentally somehow. Like, genuinely beginning to wonder. Yeah, even the walk on dirt sounds awful though. I not have enough. I don't have enough coal. Okay, fair enough. I don't have an on-screen display, but Twitch tells me how long I've. So there we go. We'll go for that big bit there. Coal. How much coal ore have I got? Coal. If I get enough coal ore, I can put down a torch and then I won't die. Come on, 3 coal ore. Lots of rubble. 4 coal ore. 5, there we go. Whew. Still don't think I'm going to make it back, but anyway. Twitch is running 30 FPS, I believe, so probably half, probably double that. This is like my 50th trip back to the base or something, and still no iron ore. Still slightly confused, by the way. I don't seem to have any things that require tin bars. Like, I know something in the game requires tin, but it might be that I need... Because we haven't added the scrolling yet, because this is kind of all the start ones. So it might be that I have messed up. But that's kind of why I'm playing it, to see what I've forgotten. Right. Let's try this way. Right, there's one down that way. Ooh, cave. So that's an issue. So I've played the game for an hour and I've not built a single machine. I've put down and removed my ore extractor a lot, but I've not actually crafted a machine. I've only crafted bars by accident as well. So yeah, that to me is an issue. So of the machines I can build, none of a power storage block might be useful, but I'm not finding lithium. Laser edge transfer would be good, but I haven't found any iron. I really need to build some ore extractors. Oh, that's interesting. Dead Man JW. It could be argued that this is Chapter 2. So, hell, can we should finish FortressCraft Evolved first. So the idea is that we have got the creative to a very good, if not finished state, and we've now started on the survival for FortressCraft Evolved. If you mean when can I play this on the Xbox, the answer to the 360, probably never. But the plan definitely is to see if we can get this to go onto consoles once we've got it to a good enough state, which is not yet. Come on. Okay, so I'm going to keep the mouse button pressed, pointing at it. It doesn't quite work. There isn't. It's not like a ratio of iron. Iron has a chance to spawn just like everything else. Okay, so I'm going to put a torch here so I can find it again. No, I'm not. I don't have enough coal. I don't remember how I got in. Probably over. Okay, that's good. I can actually see the base from here. That's good. In fact, that's ideal. Xbox One, yes. I mean, obviously that's dependent on things like Microsoft. But yeah, we definitely would love to go to the Xbox One. Absolutely. I mean, I've applied to the program, but they've had loads and loads of people, so... Okay, so that's the rapid build. I should graphical power. I should go as exploring down my hole. FortressCraft's a much ruder game than you might have thought. No, we've had quite a lot of people ask for keys, and none of them have done anything any good so far. Like, I've been looking. Like, no one is making videos at the minute, so Ooh. Oh, what's that? What's that? What's that? Copper, fuck's sake. That might actually be two different seams in there. It is two different seams, so it's copper and... That was it. Let me tidy up all this mess I've made so I can see what's going on. To be honest, when people do videos and stuff that's good, it doesn't really matter if no one watches to a degree. I mean, people will find it, put it on the Steam forums where people do watch stuff. I also tend to link to things that are any good, but like I said, I've watched a few reviews and they're just so woefully and bizarrely inaccurate. Like, you know, so I'm going, just like Minecraft, no, because one guy said, you know, unlike Minecraft there's no survival. We're like, yeah, there is. And then, you know, then it started talking about Minecraft's creative mode a lot, and then kind of forgot to talk about FortressCraft and just talked about Minecraft, which is not a review. Like, you don't read a review of Forza and it's going on about Gran Turismo endlessly. So the reviews are very poor, and they're not actually talking about the game. They're also very weirdly assuming that whoever is looking at the review of FortressCraft is very familiar with Minecraft, which again is a very weird state of affairs. You never assume in like a review of Rise, you never say, here's a game on a different platform called God of War. Hopefully you know words, because I'm just going to refer to that for the whole review. So it's just kind of, well, crappy journalism mostly. I remember I did a review of Castle Miner, was one of the best ones. The guy goes, this is rubbish. So this is before Minecraft 360, but the review basically went, this is rubbish, don't play it, play Minecraft instead. And I had to comment going, it's your review of the game, don't play it, play a game on a different platform, because that doesn't even make any sense. Come on, need some more coal. How much coal have I got? 2, come on, need some more. Four coal. 5 coal. Yes, I mean the whole way objects are absorbed needs some love. It's a bit of a rubbish system because the problem is that a lot of the systems like hoppers, you cannot currently put things in them. You throw things on the floor and they get sucked up. So that's part and parcel of why that's so rubbish, essentially. So now I can put things directly into smelters, but you can't put them directly into hoppers yet. So the goal will be that you can then use a prettier version of this interface to interact with the hoppers. So probably not. Actually, I probably will add it as an upgrade anyway. Now we've already got it, Martin. I'm sure it's there. But the idea is that right now it's basically a bit crap because of the way that hoppers suck up stuff as well. But that's just my crappy coding rather than any sort of inherent bad design. Yeah, crap, isn't it, Andy? Mr. Dave, I also have a note to make machines. When you break a machine, it'll either go straight into your inventory, which is quite easy. I can do that now. Or it will have a glow on it. I'm always very careful. I never, ever, ever dig up machines without being careful, without making sure that there are nowhere for it to fall and it's nicely lit. Do you not do that? Are you not really careful when you dig up a laser? Come on, please be iron, please. Yeah, Hover, hopefully you're watching. Andy has made a very good point. The animation when you hold the gun down is rubbish. It doesn't hold. Yeah, I don't know if you guys read the PC gamer review. It's hilarious. He said, you play some sort of weird disembodied gun. Hooray! Iron ore. I was like, have you not played a first-person shooter before? In every game, you play some sort of weird disembodied gun. This is how first-person shooters are. You've only lost lasers. That's just weird. Have all of my power, little iron extractor. I shall be back. This is going to be a pain. Okay. Bug confirmed as non-existent. Game definitely does generate iron. No, Andy, it's not. What, please? Not Andy. What are you talking about? It does. The problem is it doesn't loop, it doesn't. No, it's rubbish. Read it. The single one's cool. The holding one is not. Well, it's not cool. It's a bit. Yeah, but it doesn't loop. And even if it was, it wouldn't be in time. And yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what the solution is. Like, straight off the top of my head. There's a digging animation, but is there a continuous digging animation? Because I tend to hold the button a lot when you're playing. It's not the same as in creative, where you tend to just use the super dig. Okay, so I'm going to make a nice, convenient, efficient path to my iron ore, because I'm going to spend a lot of time mollycoddling this iron ore thing until such time as I can afford some more. Hooray! It's just generated its first ore. Oh, they look good though. I like that. Shadows look very good. So is my hypothermia. I didn't know there was a continuous digging animation. If there was, then hook that up. What power is that? Yeah, it's interesting. So when the smelter really uses up a lot of power, so that's also a nice that's kind of come about in the last patch. Suddenly you have more uses for that power back at base. Mr. Dave, do you mean you can see sunlight where you are and the sun's coming up, or do you mean in the game in FortressCraft? Yeah, more time the hopping up one row would really make the game experience better. Hint, hint. So if networking's still not playing ball, hint, hint, maybe you could, you know, maybe you can have a look at that. I think that would help. I always treat the sun coming up as a good time to go to bed. Right, that's usually, I try going, oh shit, I should be in bed by this point. Yeah, but I've got, you know, survival mode on mine, and that's not bottlenecked by Valve and Steamworks. So, Hover, what animation am I currently playing then? What's that animation? Blow, blow, blow. To be honest, Martin, I seem to recall trying to do the walk up stuff code and failing really horribly. And I can't remember why I failed so badly. I do recall actually doing something with it at some point in the past. Also need some sort of mining thingy. I wish we should have coal fires as well. So if you actually get coal too hot, it starts to. Oh, really, Hobart? That's interesting. I have to stop at latest 2 o'clock, so in 2.5 hours at latest, because I have to go and see a lady or a pair of ladies about a kitten. Their kitten. Sadly, I don't get to bring it home. Not unless I'm very persuasive. How many tree trunks have I got? Oh, 6 tree trunks. 37 leaves though, so I'm sorted for power. It's not quite as ridiculous as Starbound, where you're marooned, quote unquote, and fly away using 10 bits of coal. What I am looking forward to is when we're doing the network tests, doing live streams and then testing all loads of people on the network all at once. That's going to be awesome fun. You're all invited, of course. Okay, so that means that it's okay. So that means that it's not looping. It's just okay. I think I can fix that then. Not anytime rapidly. It's not exactly a high priority thing. It's just that if it was just an animation that we're missing, then obviously that'd be quite easy for you. Oh gosh, how much coal ore do I have? Right, it's more coal ore. No, it should loop. I mean, it should play a looping animation. Absolutely. Okay, so what are we up to? See, it's that 16 tin ore that scares me, because I have a horrible feeling the smelters will put that in first and then they'll break like they did earlier, so I won't be able to actually progress. So I will need to stop for 10 minutes and investigate the smelter code. Which I don't really want to do, because obviously actually prefer to be actually playing the game, but what happened was the smelters don't seem to be decrementing they seem to be triggering at the wrong time. Once they've started, they should zeroize their inputs, going, I've used up all of this, I bet you I bet you I subtract that by 1. See, so while I'm talking about it, I think I've just twigged what was wrong. Shadows. It does look very nice, that map and everything. That's a lovely, lovely shot. The shadows just there. Back for more power. Ooh, second ceiling again. So I nearly have enough iron ore for my first bar. Great. So I can't remember how much iron ore I actually need now we did the changes for my first one. It's a lot though. It's a lot more than it was because it was far too quick. Yes, hello Arthur. Yeah, see Arthur's broken as well. He doesn't wave. He makes his noise but he doesn't wave. Does he animate at all, in fact? I'm not sure he does. Are you animating, Arthur? I think Arthur doesn't animate either. However, you should probably look at that too. That would be the FortressCraft lighting. The FortressCraft music, sorry. Dave, I don't know what you mean by smooth lighting transition between what and what. Yeah, I thought he might be talking about the... well, to be honest, there's some bloody weird-ass lighting going on there. I have 1 coal. Yeah, because there it looks like... you've got some weird light. I don't think that's the lighting. I think that might even be just be random colorization within the rock. Don't really know what that is. That's not the AO there. I don't know what that is. It's deep stone. I think, yeah, it's the colorized deep stone. Oh, is that my sine cosine deep stony thing? Yeah. Have you not improved those yet? Can't do everything here. The problem is that when you start excavating at large areas, it's all the same color. It looks terrible. I'm not saying it looks good, but it looks better than just being this plain single colour. But it should definitely be a lot more subtle and over a lot larger period. See, that's the AO bug. Which I can fix just by building and deleting. There you go, fixed. How much coal have I got? Get some more. Well, yeah, to be honest, that actually looks like I've broken it slightly because it should. You can see there. So, currently we don't calculate sunlight. Depth lighting is based until, well, it's based on the depth, so it does fade. Though that said, it does fade smoothly. If you look at it, it's a bit bright. Oh, there's actually no, that's actually broken, isn't it? That's not. That's the last bit is popping. Yeah, that's a new bug. Yeah, I don't know what that is. That's new. I say new. Rebroken is probably a better phrase. Surprised the hub's not full yet. No, it was really bad. It was fine. Then it was really bad. Then I fixed it. Then apparently it's got a bit broken. Now I could start smelting now, but I'm pretty sure it's going to break when I do. So I'm actually going to just... probably I'm going to continue with the resources for a while. And then at least I've got all this sort of vaguely up and going. And then I might just... quit into the editor with the same world, and then I can debug into the smelters. And so I did, because I was actually looking at the smelter code at the same time as playing this. Go me. Because what happens is when we're smelting, I think when we finish smelting, I think we don't. Yeah, in fact, yeah. Wow, I'm such a tit. Input put hopper as item stack dot mn amount minus equals 16. Yeah, that probably helps. Right, fixed, or at least improved. Hover, milk 2 sugars, that'd be awesome, thank you so much. But yeah, this is where networking survival I think is going to be so good, because you can split up, start finding resources, and it's just going to be wonderful. And you should, hopefully, you can transfer power between suits. That'd be cool. So then you can actually have one guy who's just running up and down, keeping the miners going until you get past this early game. It's going to be awesome. It is. It's disabled for like a third of a second or something. So unless you're really, really terrible at using mice, which, you know, you might be. I'm not gonna make any judgments. Then it should be okay. Okay, so I have 32 iron ore. So I'm gonna get enough. So I think I'll have enough for my first iron ore mine. I'll totally lost down here. Yes, Dave, I'm pretty sure it already does that. If it doesn't do it, that's a bug. It should debounce out mouse presses for a brief period of time. So what I'm doing is I'm continuing to optimize the route down to my iron ore. So getting up and down to my iron ore system should be, because I need to get there a lot. So, you know, you might need to do 50 runs back and forwards before it sort of starts up. So it makes sense to make sure that it's as efficient as it can be. So I should be able to just sprint down in hopefully 2 straight lines, maybe 3, to get there. And A little bit further this way. A little bit further this way. Let's get a bit more coal while I'm at it. And I shall have another sip of my diet citrus flavoured Coke. Oh, I should tweet again, shouldn't I? Yeah, see there, you see I clicked and it shouldn't, but yeah, Dave, you're quite right. I think you, oh no, let's just check that. So escape, if I go, so if I select that one, escape, resume. No, see it doesn't, look, there, see? So, if I left click it builds that, if I press escape and resume, it doesn't build it. You get an animation, but that's fine. That's the unpausing the game animation. Yeah, why not? Now, it's possible to manually mine the iron, but it's I say a bit tedious, isn't it? Incredibly tedious and inefficient. Spending power to do it is fairly efficient, but I cannot get back at my power easily and quickly. Yeah, but you don't actually build anything or delete anything. It's mostly because the animations are predicated for different systems to the build permissions, so I should hook them up. It's quite a minor fix though, so. Okay, I'm out of power, so I need to get back up. I put a note to display how much power a ore extractor is still running as well, so. Awesome, so I put out a tweet going, hey, come on watch my stream, and now I have less viewers. I don't really care, it's mostly about the YouTube video afterwards more than anything else. Okay, how much coal have I got? 2. So what I'm just going to work out how I'm going to grab the power in here. To be honest, I should probably dig straight up. And then try and angle my grappling hook appropriately. Come on, grappling hook, respawn. Go. So now there should hopefully be a deep shaft all the way down to the and there's a camo bot. I see you. I know what you look like. Okay, so I bet you I can't. I wonder if I can't remember what the build range is. Let's get rid of this tree because trees annoy me. See if I can get some power from this distance. Oh, glorious! Wrong button. Glorious! Look at that! Brilliant. pop. Now that's much better. We like that. Kids need to transfer power. Now, question is, can I organise a nice up so I can get out quickly and easily? Yeah, I think I can. And then hook onto that. Yes. I think currently the laser around a corner is incredibly expensive because you need to fire the laser into a battery and then fire to a another laser. So yeah, definitely, it's just not been done yet. I don't know about soon. I think wires are my next one because currently you just need spaff batteries everywhere. Just, oh my god, I forgot to actually get the power. Ah, falling! I'm not saying this is the best way out, but what I'm going to try and do is arrange a springboard so I can flick myself out easily. Dave, by the way, feel free to ask me as many questions as you like. You don't need to just ask one more question. You can have 20 more questions if you like. This doesn't mean we get to play 20 questions, by the way. It's just 20 specific questions about FortressCraft, not 20 questions about what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about why is the world still generating random clumps off in space. Martin, I'm sure we fixed that, by the way. Now, if I could just arrange it so I could see the ore extracted from here, then I'd be definitely helpful, but I don't think it's going to happen. It's a little bit far. So 48 iron ore, so that's enough for 4 bars. Wow, that's kind of depressing. So yeah, the still thinking I may have overdone the increase cross. No, we haven't looked at elevators yet. A lot, to be honest, it's taken me about 2 weeks to do this blasted crafting system. It's such a simple word, crafting. That's it, crafting. But it requires so much back-end work on creating items, checking resources, interfaces, moving different items between different systems. So yeah, it's a huge amount of work, and I've just not managed it yet. I do like the distance at which I can put things into machines. I like that. I think that should stay. To be honest, it's only about 40 meters. I could throw something 40 meters. Downwards. Now I think I'm in... we already have teleporters for materials, just not for... it's full. Brilliant. It's full of power, at least. But Howard, do you mean a teleporter that you stand on, and then it fires you to the next teleporter, which could then fire you to the next teleporter, as long as it's line of sight? That'd be quite cool. I like that. That would be quite easy, to be honest. And the good thing is it actually also have quite a hefty power requirement too. What are you up to? 53 iron ore. Just more coal. let's go get more power. See, my role here will eventually be replaced with lasers. More things at this, and I think I will actually be able to see the extractor. See, I am considering having some of the excavation machines a little bit easier to get at, because the problem is, I say, a lot of the Minecraft players, they've already done this to death. They wouldn't want to play it again. They would want to start off with the cool stuff. And so it's a bit of a... It's one of those that I don't want people to get bored going, I've already played a game where you have to just dig a million blocks out. Of course, the obvious response is not like this one, you haven't. Oh, that was perfect. Oh, whoops. Far from perfect. Only one-way blocks, really. Bigger target for me to hit. The problem is I need to have a big target hits one thing, but then you've got to have a smaller target to land on that doesn't cover up the upper target. Also, I'm apparently bad at my own grappling hook. There we go. Still got plenty of leaves. Good, good. Yeah, I can't quite see my machine down there. I'm sure it's down there somewhere. And that camo bot's still there. I know you're there. I cannot believe you just asked what music this was. Oh yeah, I like the idea of like teleports and things will be high tier stuff. You'll start off with much lower tier things than that. I'm gonna try manually digging. If I get like 3, and now I'm carrying 6,650. God, that's how much I've mined so far this run. 309 rubble. Okay. Blocks built 3,000. Cool. Yeah, 1 hour 50 so far on this this world. No, not you. So this seems like I'm still not outrunning the power generation of the hub, because I can't really be that efficient. But I can't do anything until I get more ore. It's not fast enough for me to just go. Kind of think we should start off with more ore extractors. Kind of my current feeling about solution. Because right now I could just sit here and I've got to hold down the right mouse button for ages and wait for the ore extractor for quite some amount of time. What we're lacking, I guess, is enough for the player. Well, I suppose the player does. I mean, at this point, I have taken the brute force approach to efficiency. Falling damage would of course completely negate this paradigm. I played too much Borderlands though to want full damage in a game anymore. Yes, yes, possibly at faster default speed. Yes. I mean, right now I'm going to have to get myself, oh god, 800 ore. Yeah, I'm beginning to think that maybe I should, at this point, I should stop, and I should okay, so I think I have fixed the, I think I've fixed the, brain hurts. I think I have fixed the smelting issue. I do need to add in the ability into the UI manager for the player to clear the smelter's pop-up, to clear the smelter's inventory. That's definitely something I need to do. But that's okay, we've only got one key, so yeah, I could do the smelter clearing because I put the wrong ore in and it all went wrong, and I was like, no. It'll only start to put in ore because it's automatic. So you just press the button, it puts ore in, but it only puts the ores in if you brain hurts again. Yeah, it only puts the ores in if you have enough to actually start. Clear ore input. Hopper, add to player inventory. So that's not a big fix. Martine, I'm assuming you're still listening. What's your opinion? Start off with 2 ore extractors or double the rate of them? Mag can also make manual mining more effective, yeah. I mean, currently, I can go do some of that now. So if I blast power on it, I could make it so when you're super building, the rate's more efficient. But yeah, I blasted my entire tank of... No, actually, it was about half a tank. Let's go and have another go. I don't mind it. I think I quite like the idea of making the manual mining a bit more efficient than it is, given that we've made the machines a bunch less efficient. Because once you've got, like, 20 ore extractors. So let's see how much ore I get from a full tank. So I have 78 iron ore, and that's super build all the way. No, that's 14 iron ore. Actually, I think the you blast power to start with. It's as efficient as manual mining, like completely manual mining. It's just much quicker. It doesn't necessarily need to be efficient, but like I said, that will dig out 98 blocks worth. In fact, I think it may. If I just focus on, if I just focus on this one here, that one there. Yeah, that works nicely, actually. At the cost of a bunch of power, which is okay, because that will rapidly not become such an issue. Okay. and gives me a little grindy thing to do while I'm waiting for my ore extractors. Currently, I'm not. I don't have enough to do. So if I'm going to. I figured I would put it there, wouldn't I? Why would I do that? So if I delete my ore extractor, we put my ore extractor here, make a little alcove for it, facing a particular block. So this block has, so that block has now 4,095 ore left. Yeah, but super digging is also, God, you get through like, I think it's 1 a second. It's ever so quick. So you want it to become more efficient and super fast? I'm not sure that's a particularly good idea. Because you're not gaining efficiency, you are gaining speed. Oh, I said that. I'm now out of power, so that's an interesting... Oh dear, I'm burning snow. That's not good. Wait, why did leaves not come out rather than snow? Super digging is maybe that's a suit upgrade. Efficient super dig. Don't burn snow. Goodness sake. Oh, there we go. I'm going to die. That's the first time I've seen the death sequence. Whee! I died. So yeah, she teleport back to base with something a bit more obvious now. Oh, and apparently I put some iron bars in it. God damn it. That's why I'm out of power. I accidentally put some iron into the heater. But that's okay. Now I actually have something to do back here. But yeah, I think maybe making them a little bit more efficient is a good idea. Not too much, as I just gained, what did I get? I got nearly 20 ore by blowing a whole tank. So at this point, the smelters work, but they don't clear down their mats. But if I now go to build a ore extractor, you can see 1 out of 50 bars. Let's click and see if the game crashes. No, awesome. Oh dear. It does say crafting should be available later this week, so I should probably fix that message. Fix failed craft message. Should work. As far as I know, that does work. Interesting, Martine. It actually turned out to be quite funny. So when you craft now, currently it doesn't use the machine at all because there's no timing. It literally just the UI goes right here you go and pops it straight into your inventory. There's no point actually going via the machine right now. Also, for future reference, smelters are more efficient if you keep them hot. The worst way to use a smelter is to burn 1 bar because you have to heat the whole smelter up to temperature, smelt a single bar, and then it will cool down. Then you have to spend loads of energy heating it up. Whereas when it's at temperature, it barely uses any energy. So a handy little hint there. I'm currently cheating because it's not zeroizing the bug guys. Okay, but I've worked the bug out because I'd actually like to. Oh, having said that, I still apparently have only got. Oh, okay. So, rebuild materials list on entering crafting screen. Hide crafting screen on focus lost because that was breaking that. So you know that coal I was swearing at earlier. Now I kind of wish I had some. So now I'm going to use my super build to get loads of coal. Say loads of coal. I got 5. So a whole tank was about 10 minerals. So yeah, maybe a little tweak on the efficiency would actually be enough to keep it going. Because coal is an awful lot better than trees to burn. Andy, you could check for respawn particles, I think. Do you mean the one that you get when you die? Or do you mean the battery one? Okay, 7 out of 50 bars. Wow, even with the materials, this is going to take a long time. I suspect I will reduce the cost of ore extractors. God, I think it's 800 ore you need for your first one, which is just too much. I am power digging it. I can even see it from here. The problem is, I can't pick it up. Interestingly, though, if I power dig from a distance and I'm not picking it up, it will get rid of the rubble, and it will only keep the it'll only keep the coal, because rubble is low priority and coal is high priority. Yeah, Dave, we want to force the player to go back to base, because otherwise they have no reason to, well, no reason to go back to base. And then they have no reason to build an efficient transport network, because they'll just build a second base next to the coal fields. The goal is, you've played Minecraft, I assume, you get like 100 meters under Minecraft, and then for some reason you're quite capable of just building a furnace and a workbench and a crafting station 100 meters on the ground in a second. And I want to avoid that. I want you to have an actual base, a proper actual base that you can be at and spend time at. Yes, I did need to fix the smelters a little bit though. And I've changed my mind. I will let you dump all of your ore in there. I don't really want to sit here and press E 50 times from my single extractor. And also, yeah, okay, I'm definitely going to. So, allow dumping of all mats into smelter for a given type. Because right now, you're going to spend all your time here waiting for a to come out. So that definitely needs making more interesting.